RR fans, Hollywood fans, this is for you right here. What the hell are you doing in Hollywood? The undisputed champion of Blast, the Hard R. Woo!
R Wrestling Podcast.
Acknowledge me if you
But the Hard R Wrestling Podcast is. And now
You know, I figured I'm gonna let the beat ride out a little bit because I felt like I shortchanged not that much. I feel like I changed every week before last because I wasn't ready and I ain't clicked the right button. So you hear the beautiful theme song in all its glory. How y'all doing, ladies and children of all ages? This is the Hard R Wrestling Podcast, reporting from you live from various locations throughout the country. What's up, fellas? Who's house?
Swerve's motherfucking house.
I wish if y'all want to cue it up, I don't have to say, but if y'all want to cue that up, we don't have it. We're not ready. You know what we're gonna be talking about pretty much. Before we get into all that, how y'all doing this time? This is around Thanksgiving time. We will be curving out turkey, whatnot.
It's better when you fix your internet, man.
Yeah. Shit. Is my internet fixed today? How's it looking? Am I doing that shit? Or is it good?
Your shit is like
you get that fucking evolution. Thumbs down, nigga.
Please don't power bomb me, bro. Well,
whoever your service provider is need to be power bomb.
Yeah,
damn.
Well, you can talk to them because I don't know. I got a lot of people in my house today. My mom's here. My cousin Jemiah is here, so it's a lot of people.
That's why you got your mom's favorite.
On the real, I didn't even know, but thanks for we'll make that happen.
Yeah, we'll go. Whose house?
Your mom's favorite.
Oh shit! I'm your new daddy, Jason.
Christian. Monday Cage.
The new father figure of the
Hard. Man,
I just want to say that's my shit, by the way, yo, for real.
I don't know if we should go right into it because there's so many things I want to. I know everybody wants to talk about the thing, the swerve, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like can we wait on that a little bit?
I feel like we should talk for WWE for 5 minutes and get them the fuck out the way.
Yeah, that's a great idea. What the fuck happened to WWE? I have not been.
I watched most of SmackDown.
Kind of check out.
Look, I watched most of SmackDown just to say I saw some of it. I saw actually most of it except for the main event. But who gives a fuck about that main event anyway with LA Knight?
Was it main event?
No, it ain't no fucking main event. Yeah, the other one. The goddamn politician, the flip flopper.
Mid-card Jimmy.
Yeah.
Mid Jimmy. Yeah.
Mid-card Jimmy.
Middles.
I want to say this about it. From what I saw, it's like WWE. First of all, the best thing about WWE right now is damage control right now on SmackDown. But I didn't see the end part where they brought Becky out, but I saw it on social media since they tend to follow everything that AEW's been doing, so they post all their highlights on social media now. So
shots.
So yeah, and I'm like, even with the damage control storyline, the best y'all could do is bring in Becky Lynch, somebody who's not even on SmackDown. Like, you couldn't take a chance to bring in somebody, for shock value. You want to bring in Becky? Like, come on. Like, even with a good storyline, y'all still give us lazy writing. So
yeah,
that fucks that up.
Who the hell else are they gonna bring in though? I mean, that you would give a fuck
They
about.
got a roster full of women that they don't use, man. Whether it's NXT or whatever, yo. Like, come on, man. Becky Lynch missed me with that bullshit. All right, so
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm with Bunch on this shit. Like when they was like, "Oh, who we gonna get to be our next to be the teammate? Who we gonna get?" And whatever. And then they had the thing with Charlotte. You got to make that call, Charlotte. I was like, really? Like we don't know who the fuck they're talking about. Like real. Y'all, what I'm saying? Sasha Banks basically has been blackballed for WWE for all intents and purposes. So we know it ain't gonna be her. And everyone basically knew
Jay's
it was,
not probably seemingly she's not ready. I mean, anybody other than those two, what we give a fuck about? Like, even with the stacked roster that they have on the shelf, I don't know if you care about anybody that's bring in.
My thing is they're too stuck on trying to do shock value and like, oh my god, look who we got. They really didn't even have to do that shit for it. They just could have had 5 people. Bianca come out there with, I mean, goddamn, you got Mia Yim right there on the fucking roster who ain't doing shit,
and they jumped her that she wouldn't be involved,
right? Like, so they could have just had her do it. What the whole thing with trying to do WWE's problem is they're always trying to do, oh, we're going to do shock value, but the thing is, their shock value always lands flat. It lands
flatter than Becky's ass.
Flatter than Taylor Swift's ass. How about that?
She dumb as fuck too, by the way. She scored a 0 on Jeopardy, I hear.
I mean, whatever. But yeah, man. But I'm just WWE has to stop trying to do shock value if it's not really a shock value. Like seriously, with a show of hands, how many people knew it was going to be Becky Lynch? We all knew it was going to be Becky Lynch.
The internet, yeah.
The internet.
We didn't even need dirt sheets for that, man.
Right. You didn't even need.
Right. We didn't even need Ralph's internet sources. We
I know, right?
Right. So I mean, it's just like he said, it's lazy writing or whatever. And like I said, Damage Control. I like the thing cool because you have the you know what I'm saying, you had the Japanese contingent of Damage Control, and they are
that's taking over. They're taking our jobs.
They're fucking hilarious. I just love how they just start talking in Japanese, having a full-blown conversation. Don't nobody know what they're,
Bailey don't know what the fuck's going on.
And Bailey's looking like, yeah, high five. And they're just looking at her like, all right, yeah. What,
this white bitch.
They're like, all right, yeah, whatever, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So, I guess another thing that happened on SmackDown was the Profits are the number 1 contenders to New Day. I said New Day, basically to lose the Judgment Day next week. And is it me? They got a new theme song. I really was trying to listen to it.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, that was needed. That was needed.
Yeah, it's kind of like
and they dressing alike. They dressing alike.
It's kind of like a remix to Bobby's Almighty. It's kind of like a remix to Bobby's Almighty type thing. I've tried to find it online. I heard it, but it's not like a real clear version of it. But yeah, but if they're trying to make the new, I keep saying the New Day, goddamn. If they're trying to make the Street Profits be, I guess you could say, taken seriously as a badass team, they're going out here doing stuff, getting rid of the whole, I say my swag, that shit had to go.
They should have did that off top, though. That's something that should have been done off top when they, they made the change.
You got to remember, Vince was still in charge, and Vince loves his magical Negroes to be
abracadabra, nigga.
He loves his magical Negro tag teams to be fun loving and happy. Like
non-threatening,
can't be the New Day.
non-threatening,
right? Non-threatening. Everything can't be,
which doesn't make any fucking sense.
Even Crime Time was like completely yo. Like they were completely
They were more like
those niggers.
they were more like
stealing
they were
again.
more like petty larceny.
Right.
Prime time, they
Even,
were petty larceny.
even
That's
go
what they
back
were.
to
Right,
prime time
right.
players, millions and millions of like you for some whatever
Millions
reason,
of dollars, millions
for
of
whatever
dollars.
reason, they can't WWE can't have like a badass fucking black tag, what I'm saying, black tag team.
A character. I wonder if that would actually work out if you had a badass black character.
Yeah, you did. His name is fucking Farouk, aka Ron Simmons.
We got one now that they fired, but we're gonna talk about that later. But okay.
So yeah, but I mean, SmackDown was SmackDown.
Hold on, and then you also got them again. Want to be AEW shit when they had the Dragon Lee and the other guy. That was their Ray Phoenix and Commander match right there. Like,
yeah,
come on, man. Like,
I will
they
say,
are adding some little versatility.
What I
even
will
if
say,
they're biting off AEW.
What I will say is that I do like is my man Santos Escobar is over the bullshit.
That was fire. That promo was fire. This is what they want Andrade to be.
And he still has the LW. He has an
English.
LWO tattoo in his hand, which is even more damn fucking funny. As hell. And he
was like, I hope that man break his leg and get an infection. I was like, damn, that's some Asian shit.
I was waiting for him to say next. Dom was right. That's what I was waiting for.
He did say it.
He did. Okay.
Yeah. He said it. That was one of the first things he said. He was like, he was right. He was right all along. Dom was right. Dominic was right. And I was like, oh shit, the crowd.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Santos Escobar was being wasted in the LWO. Let's be honest here.
Of course.
He was being wasted. That dude can actually go. When he was at NXT, and I mean he was putting on hellified matches when he had the mask on, when he was trying to get the cruiserweight title. And then when he took it off, it was like, yo, I ain't trying to be out here like the rest of these luchadors and stuff. And they added, the other guys, and they was, Delgado El Fantasma. And I love how he played.
Tight.
And I love how he played. The motherfuckers was like, yo, y'all wouldn't be here if it weren't for me type shit or whatever. So yeah. So shout out to Santos.
Still, I don't even know who they are.
Yeah. How you in the LWO, but one of you Filipino, but that's just still the funniest.
Oh, Lord. Speak better English than I do.
Yeah, that's just still.
I
I wish D'Lo was here for that. Because D'Lo was so. When D'Lo found out about that last year, he was hot.
He let it go.
Like,
D'Lo does not let stuff go.
He said, "Wait a minute, what? He's Filipino?" I said, "Yes, he's Filipino." And the only reason I knew he was Filipino is because it was like Asian Heritage Month, and they was like talking to all of
what the fuck are you doing up there?
They were talking to the wrestlers who had like Filipino descent, and it was him. It was Mia Yim. It was what's the chick? The biracial chick that's Cadence Candy.
God. You know about the NXT tag team girl. The girl.
Yeah, but she on WWE. Yeah. Like, by the way, she went to HBCU too. By the way, and Mia Yim did too. Mia Yim went to Union, Virginia. Mia Yim went to Virginia Union.
Shut the front door.
And what's it? It's Caden. Caden went to Shaw. She played basketball at Shaw or whatever. And also they had Shotzi, because Shotzi comes from Filipino descent. Also too.
I don't think they claim her though. Nobody does.
Also too, yo. Shotzi. Why?
Go ahead.
Why, Shotzi? Why are you here? Why
is she on this planet, or why is she in the WWE?
Why is she in the WWE? Like, listen,
it's terrible.
Like, I want to say one thing. I know that I made my comments about Liv Morgan and everything like that. Liv Morgan looks like fucking Kurt Hennig compared to fucking Shotzi, yo. Kurt Hennig compared to Shotzi, yo. Shotzi is bad, man. And it's just like
really bad and very short and weird looking. I'm sorry.
I don't.
I'm sure you're a nice person, though. We love you.
I'm pretty sure she is a very nice person. I am, but
but this ain't for you.
This ain't it, man. For real.
Sugar lump.
It's.
I mean, wrestling's hard. Wrestling's not easy. Logan Paul said it's one of the hardest things that he's done. You got to be, you got to know where the camera is. You got to do athletic shit. It's hard.
Keyword right there.
Dude,
Let's go. Let's
That's
go.
like the worst example you can use. You want to use
Let's go back.
Let's
Let's go back to the word.
and does it better than most of the people.
Yeah, let's go back to what the last word you said. He said what? Athletic. And not saying that everyone has to be fucking RVD, Shelton Benjamin, HBK. Anybody got to be like that. But god damn, man, at least don't make your moves look like they hurt for you to do it. It just looks. How do you look like you hurt and doing that cross body shot? Oh, never mind.
It's just so awkward, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, but yeah,
terrible.
I don't even remember Monday Night Raw. Hey, D-Lo, you missed it. I was just
He did it too. D-Lo.
I was just talking.
Is franchise a believer now? Is he a believer?
We're not even talking about that yet.
We haven't got you to come up here. Not yet. We're still
talking about how there's still there's a Filipino at LW1.
D-Lo, this is why we're gonna have so much fun at WrestleMania. We always here, man.
Yeah, I didn't even know you had that. Cause man,
we always here.
Yeah. So what were y'all talking about?
Especially with the remarkable Renee Paquette.
We were just talking about.
Please, yes.
Yeah, settle down, man. We were just talking about. We were just wrapping up talking about WWE SmackDown mainly because nothing else.
Yeah, we were shitting on Shotzi. We were dunking on like we do every week.
And I basically was just shitting on fucking Shotzi. I said that she made
Shotzi look like that movie Hellraiser with the needle sticking out of her head. Like,
it's a good look. She looks intimidating. She looks crazy. That's what you want. Diversity. I like that.
Like I said, she makes Liv Morgan look like Kurt Hennig doing when he was in Mr. Perfect Wrestling. Right. Okay.
She's not. Kurt Angle. She is not. Anything else happening in WWE worth mentioning?
Next.
Wow.
I don't know. Did they?
I don't think there's
anything. Do they have the full the War Games for the men filled out? They got that filled out.
Who cares? Some Judgment Day.
I'm talking about for the other side.
No, they still waiting on that shock value.
Oh, my fault. Yeah,
who's going to be the shock value person?
It's supposed to be Randy.
Yeah,
I think I will say this.
Good.
I think he will get a hell of a pop if you know what I'm saying. If it is Randy, because Randy, for better or for worse, is pretty much loved in the company by the fan bases. Love Randy with the whole from the different legend killer to Psycho Remy, as I call him, Remy from High Learning Randy, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Jews, pigs, fucking mud people.
I beat you with my belt mallet.
I came like make you my fucking monkey.
You kept calling that, man. Hey D-Lo, you ever see that movie How I Learned It, man?
I don't think so.
Man,
he's 12.
Omar Epps'
before my time.
Omar Epps' character name was Malik, and he kept purposely calling him Malik. That was the funniest. I beat you with my belt, Malik.
Fucking Malik.
They laughing, but it's actually a traumatic movie.
It is. It's very.
Don't go in there thinking it's like house party.
The first time you watch it is traumatic. After that, that's just fucking.
It's
hilarious.
funny. Yeah. For sure. Just like Set It Off. Just like one of my favorite movies. Set It Off is hilarious.
Set It Off was good.
Second, third, fourth. Yeah, it's a great movie. All right, so we talk about those jabronis. Man, fuck all that.
Did Jimmy Uso wrestle with the shirt?
Who cares?
See,
you talking about mid card Jimmy?
Why are you so petty? Mid card mid Jimmy.
Sunday night main event Jay.
Slander, by the way, but I'm just going with it.
Sunday night main event Jay.
Shotgun Saturday night main event Jay.
Shotgun Saturday night Jay.
Shotgun Saturday.
It's Sunday night heat Jimmy.
Sunday night heat.
Velocity Jimmy. That's what he is.
Velocity.
Hey,
shout out to his
Stars main event. Jay.
You can even step it up and call him in your house Jimmy.
In your house, yeah.
In your house, Jimmy.
One thing I do want to talk about. That's go ahead, Jay. You was about to say something, Jason. I'm sorry.
I think we probably might be talking about the same thing. Shout out to his wife who was the main event with Sunny Kiss. Sunny Kiss ended up in. They changed their name back. They're TNA again, right?
Not yet.
We're gonna talk
I don't
about.
think it's TNA yet. I think
It's
it's
in
still
January. It's in
January.
January.
They're
It
gonna
was
go back
January.
to
Okay, well,
TNA.
they're
But yeah.
transitioning back to TNA, which it's like Twitter. Like I've always called them fucking TNA. But yeah, they main evented. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but I saw highlights of it, and I'm glad
Who won?
she ended up in a Trinity won. Yeah,
Okay.
it was for the
Okay.
championship, women's belt. So
Okay.
she seems to be happy over there. They seem to be kind of chugging along. I'm shocked they're still in business, them in NWA, but I mean they're chugging along as one of the
Well, I
bigger
mean, we don't know how much longer NWA is after having a coke party. After having a coke party.
Yeah, they slid to the fourth,
So,
major, franchise. Anyway,
yeah, but also too, this
Go ahead.
happened over we was out last month where NWA is going to start back up the territory system with with the smaller mid card, and they're going to have like kind of like the NWA title be kind of like how it was when Harley Race, Ric Flair, and then was the champion going around to the different different territories. They said they was going to start that thing back up. So I'm interested to see how's
them
that
in AEW, maybe.
no.
That's a
No.
territory.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So more
I mean,
more indie,
Yeah, like more indie local type stuff like that. They were going to start the whole territory thing back up and have the NWA champion be like a traveling, a traveling champion and stuff like that. So that, but no, the other thing I want to do, shout out to the baddest woman on the planet, Ronda Rousey, making her Ring of Honor debut and actually going out there and
I got rid of your ass.
They let her actually do shit in the goddamn ring instead of whatever. I guess WWE might have been scared because Ronda can legit like really fuck up just about everybody in the locker room, not really do a lot of stuff. But from that, what I saw in that match, Ronda was really going. It did a great job. Jason, you can hate all you want. I know you don't like Ronda Rousey or whatnot, but Ronda did a goddamn good ass job. And shout out to her for expanding her shit and going and was like and just getting out of WWE and now just doing what she wants to do.
And Tony Khan has so much confidence in her, he put her in Ring of Honor. So who's the champion of Ring of Honor right now?
What they got?
That
Athena,
fat Cheeto eating. What you call it?
Dude, come on now,
Kingston.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the woman shit. Nah, you did.
No, hell no. She's fucking great.
Yeah,
she's great. I mean, whatever. It's not like I don't want Ronda to be successful. I want her to be the Ronda that she was when she first got to the WWE. I want her to care. I want her to maybe not do so many promos because she's horrible at them.
She's in a better place.
Yeah, she might be. We'll see. I don't hate it necessarily. We'll see.
Yeah, you do.
It's kind of like when Miz does a basic move. People are like, oh my god, Miz has been pulling back all this time. It's like he did a drop kick. You know what I'm saying?
No, shut up. He was about to say he did a plancha. It's a basic, but plancha's not.
Definitely not a plancha. But he did a drop kick. Oh my god, Miz could always wrestle good. It's like no, he's Miz, but I mean he's fun. He's a good wrestler, but I mean okay, who the fuck cares?
But Jason, that's the same thing you do for Liv Morgan, though.
Well, that's different because she's my, white Nubian princess. That's sexual.
How is that different?
Because that's sexual. Anyway, moving on. A lot. Wrestling moves. Don't give a damn about the wrestling. Yeah. Can we please? Okay, fuck it. We're gonna talk about full gear. I'm gonna set it up because I know Hollywood watched it. So I just saw all of it. And I basically just saw clips of it.
Seen more than me.
I was going the fuck off, you know. Swerve Strickland versus Adam Page. I used to call him cowboy shit. I can't call him that in good conscience no more. It's Hangman Page, Adam Page,
It's
Texas
hepatitis
Death
Hangman
Match.
Page.
What's that?
Hepatitis Hangman Page.
Right.
We
Yo,
don't
can
get
you
into that.
imagine? Can you imagine what the
There's some-
fuck Moxley's gonna do now after watching that shit?
Yeah, Moxley's literally going to murder him, like murder himself on. Yeah. I know he was just like jacking off. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I know.
It
I
was
know. Adam Page probably lost a lot of fans from the racist crowd. Drinking that black motherfucker's blood. You.
well, not only did he do that, he got hung. Hangman Adam Page got that sold me. When I saw he hung.
Question. Time out. The rest of the guys up here. Anybody else surprised that Jason got excited seeing a black dude
A white man get lynched?
A white guy get lynched. Anybody surprised? No.
Legitimate hard on. It was great.
and that actually wasn't even the best part of the match, man. The best part of that match was when, because from the get-go, Hangman came out. He didn't come out to his music. He came out while Swerve was still in the ring, after getting announced. And he just came out, shot through the ring, and just started beating the hell out of Swerve for like the first 10 minutes of the match. And he had tied his hands together and everything. And he was just beating his ass. He got the staple gun, was stapling him like all over his fucking body. And he was just fucking him up. And the turning point was when he went to go hit him with this, the staple jank again. And Swerve just stood there and took that shit and started smiling. And then he was like, do it again, did it again. And he just started smiling. And it was like, all right, this shit about to be on. Kicked him low. Nana cut his hands free, and he went to work on him. Took the fucking shit himself and started stapling himself. I was like,
I saw that scene. He's just like,
I say, yo, this motherfucker is the truth, yo. That motherfucker is the truth.
I mean, even from a character standpoint, I mean, the storytelling, it made me respect. I mean, I always liked Adam Page, but this actually just made me a fan of his work. One, that he actually put him over. Like it would from a story point of view, it would have made sense. Swerve broke in Adam's house, and say all that shit. So to me, it would have made sense when gave the W they didn't to Adam Page's credit, to Tony Khan's credit. Obviously the Swerve's credit. They gave him the W. I was most shocked about that because I was like, okay, this is even if he loses, it's like one of those matches is so notorious that it's gonna put him up on a card. But he won it.
Yeah, the only problem with saying that is that he's had so many losses that he regardless, he needed to win that match. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be different had he been booked better in the past, like win-loss record, in big matches. But he's lost so many, quote unquote big matches that he really needed that to go 2-0 on Hangman for him to actually elevate himself into the main event picture.
I did want to. Well, first I want to hear Hollywood's first take on it because he did see it live. But the famous scene that's getting everybody was on this going viral was when Adam Page well, no, that we're gonna talk about it in a minute, but when Adam Page stated the thing that the little picture that his kid that Swerve stole and then punched him in his blurting in his in Adam Page's mouth. The only white people into this shit was dripping in his mouth, and then Triple H sprayed the blood out. Holy shit. Like, I mean, you can say what you want about AEW and going too far, but WWE is past, I think, ever doing anything like that for very good reason. And maybe AEW should never do it again. But I mean, if you're a young company trying to get clicks, trying to get views, I mean, there's nothing that WWE can like gore wise can
let me
compete
say,
with that.
let me say this.
Well, go ahead. I'd love to hear what y'all think. What y'all specifically think about that spot.
Let me say. I'm just going to say this about that what you just said, and then I'll let Bunch rock with it because Bunch saw saw the whole match, right? Bunch.
Oh, I saw the whole match. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I just seen clips of it or whatever. That, ladies and gentlemen, especially WWE, is how you end a fucking feud. If you're gonna have a match that's gonna be like a blood feud match, you can't have no Texas death match and there's no type of blood
There's no
or
death.
nothing like that.
There's no death.
It's no death.
There's no
It's
blood.
basically no death. There's no blood. You can't have that. You WWE having Hell in a Cell, cage matches, last man standing matches, these type of matches like
Sprite
that,
matches. Yeah.
and there's no type of like just a little bit of I understand they have their policy or whatever, but just a little. After that, WWE can never have another hardcore match, in my opinion. Never have a match and say, "Oh, this is a hardcore or a street fight." Never again.
He hit him with
I
a
mean,
trash can lid.
But you know they're gonna do it though. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's
They're
what I'm saying.
gonna do
No,
it next week.
no. That's why I said they should. They should never. I didn't.
Right.
I know they're going to do it.
They
but
are, but yeah, they should.
But they should never.
ever. But you know,
do another match because it's no authenticity to it, and that's the thing of it. That's all I got to say about it.
But that's the problem with WWE and the stands. You know what I'm saying? Like, with that being said, yeah, you would think that, but you got the stands. That's, you know, next time they do a match, a hardcore match or whatever type gimmick match it is, they're gonna act like that's the best shit they ever seen in their life. Just like when I just said they had the Dragon Lee and the other guy match. The crowd was talking about something. This is awesome. This is all, and they're doing the same shit, like a poor man's version of Ray Phoenix and Commander, right there. But
also too, look at what they just did in WWE about to have next week. What? War Games. It ain't gonna be no type of violence whatsoever in War Game. They might as well get in
know
there.
how they like to copy them. You might get a little bit of color.
I would be surprised if they do. They might as well get in there and they bring fucking pillowcases and pillows with them in there.
Tar and feather them bitches.
Tar and feather this. You got fucking the son of the man who created War Games in this match. I wouldn't be surprised if Cody be like, "Hey, we're gonna slip some blood up in this shit." Right, you know, like we're gonna slip some blood up in this shit. Goddamn, Dusty created fucking War Games.
Hey, but even look at that feud. Like that ain't even a feud that I would really even care to be like, oh my god, somebody's got to bleed. Like it's like the Judgment Day. It's like, who really even cares about the Judgment Day like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a War Games match.
I know what you say. It's just a match. It's just a match, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. But when you think of War Games feuds, you know what I'm saying? Like it's feuds that we care about, that we want to see in War Games. I don't really think anybody who cares to watch Judgment Day with Drew McIntyre in the War Games match.
They got a whole pay-per-view that's called Extreme Rules, and not one match has blood in it. Like,
not one.
The shit crazy, man. Like, yeah. I get it, but I don't get it because it's like I don't care to even watch the shit. Like, I'm more intrigued of how the damage control gonna turn on Bailey. You know what I'm saying? I'm more intrigued with that than I am anything on the men's side.
See, like, I agree with that. Me though, like, if WWE did allow blood, that would be an opportunity for them. Like, if they turn on Bailey, just lock the cage and just beat the shit out of her for a couple of minutes. You know, old school style, like make her bleed or something. I love a woman who bleeds. You know,
straight out her ass too, right, Dealer?
Yep. But no, Bunch, go. No, Bunch. I know we got off topic a little bit. Yeah. What was your overall? Because like I said, of that match.
Well, I want to ask this question to D-Lo. What do you think of actual spot with the blowing the blood and get in his mouth and blowing it up.
Oh,
From a
I saw the clip. I thought
business
it was
perspective,
nasty as
health
hell.
perspective, what do you think?
It was nasty as hell. I mean, it was just nasty, but like it was a blood feud. So he's gonna do some crazy shit. Like Swerve went into his house, into his kid's bedroom, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna staple my son's drawing on your face, and I'm gonna drink your blood after." Like, hey, I'm all for it. I thought it was nasty, but the spot made sense.
Abdullah the Butcher was somewhere smiling.
Yeah.
He was like,
He's blading and smiling at the same time.
Yeah.
like,
No, but back to Bunch's point though, like I'm glad Swerve won because sometimes AEW, I feel like they give you blue balls. Like they push a guy, and then when he gets to a big match, they lose, and now it's all the way back, and now they're rebuilding him back up again, and then he loses the big match again. So I'm glad they pulled the trigger on Swerve, and I'm glad they pulled the trigger. I know we're not talking about these matches, but on Tony Storm and Julia Hart, like they're pushing the characters that are getting over. They're pushing them, and they're pulling the trigger on them.
Dio, let me say this real quick. It's a difference when AEW say they're gonna give somebody a push and WWE gonna give somebody a push. When AEW say they're gonna give, like, it comes out that they're gonna push somebody, because it came out before the pay-per-view that they wanted to push Julia Hart because they've been very impressed with her work and how she's gotten over with the crowd and everything like that. So it wasn't a shock that she won, you know what I'm saying, to me, because when AEW says they're gonna push somebody, they get a legitimate push where they get some kind of title reign or something. When WWE say they're gonna push somebody, what happens? Oh, LA Knight's gonna get this tremendous push. Yeah, straight to a one main event against Roman Reigns, and the same shit
in another country.
In another country. That happened to him, that happened to everybody else, and now next week he's in the main event with Jimmy Uso. Hell of a push, WWE. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Push him right off the island of relevancy.
So for me, for the match, from what I've seen from the match and everything, and I do agree that you know, shout out Swerve, get the win or whatever, and Swerve this. Y'all know me, I always got one question.
Okay.
Where are we going from here? Where are we going from here with Swerve? That's
I'll say this.
Wait a minute. That's only
a great question.
That's my only concern. Where are we going from here with Swerve? Like, honestly,
the bullseye final destination has to be the big title with MJF.
But do you see him beating MJF for the belt?
MJF has had the title for a year. MJF is tied up with a lot of things. I can see it happening
eventually
because he's worn out.
Yeah, no, but he's gonna be even more worn out because he got Joe and Warlow. So it's set up perfectly for Swerve to beat MJF after he's done dealing with Joe and Warlow. But the only thing about it is, what is he going to do? What is he going to do until then? Because he still has to feud with somebody or do something until it's time for him to be in that main event.
But here's my thing, though. Once again, I just don't see Swerve beating MJF for that belt. I think it's going to either be Joe. Dude. Just look at.
I'm just curious. Why?
Just look how it's set up. Just look how everything is set up.
It's set up for Joe, though. It is.
It's set up for either Joe, Warlow, or Adam Cole to get to win that world title. And all respect to Swerve, everything Swerve has done, Swerve has grown organically. He has it, but I could maybe see him getting one of the mid-card belts before getting that world title. That's what I'm saying. I can see him going after.
That's gonna piss people off, and that would be the perfect way to derail Swerve.
Wait.
That would be the perfect way
to. Do you really think it's gonna piss people off? I don't think it would really piss people. I don't really think it would piss people off.
I think so. I think people are behind Swerve.
From what I read online, from what I've read online, everybody that saw that match has screamed main event. Everyone that's seen that match and commented has screamed main event. I've not seen anybody
from Conway that does the joint with Bruce Pritchard to Ice Cube's son, who Osiris, who's really into wrestling. They are praising it across the board. Other people too,
but here's the thing: I'm taking a lot of stuff out of it. I'm just looking at it as not just a wrestling fan, not a fan of Swerve or whatever. I'm just looking at how everything is set up in AEW right now. Okay.
No, I get what you said.
Wait. Say it's main event. He goes. He wrestles MJF one time. He loses.
No, but
that's why he can't lose.
That's the thing. No,
but he's going to lose. He's going to lose.
It's not going to be right. It's not going to be right now.
It's not going to be now.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because it's all MJF already has Warlow and Samoa Joe lined right up. So if they throw Swerve in there, then that would piss people off more than anything else. Because if you throw Swerve in the mix, he's not going to win because MJF already has these feuds that he's going to do.
And they're good feuds. They're feuds that people want to see too, by the way.
But that's why I said
they're not throwaway bullshit WWE feuds. That
but that's
everybody
why
wants to see him in Samoa Joe. Everybody wants to see him in Warlow.
But that's why I said I can see him getting one of the mid-card belts next before getting to that. I'm not saying that no, he's not a main eventer. He's not getting to the point. I just
works so well for LA Knight.
They're
on the precipice of treating him like an LA Knight.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the other one, the one with
the international one.
That's so many mid-card belts too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Can take the international, take the international belt.
You can't when they book Orange Cassidy like Hogan in the
80s. You can take the belt off.
See, that's a pipe dream, son. Ain't nobody beating Orange Cassidy, brother.
Actually, you know what? I mean, it is a good idea. Maybe give Orange Cat give Swerve the international belt, have him make a run with it, and
right. It did later on.
Idea. If you want to,
I don't think so.
You never want to meet.
I don't think it's horrible. Jason,
you go in
everything
line
that
with your
MJF got lined
order.
up right now. So what's worse? So wait a minute, time out, Jason. Listen to what you just said though. What's worse? Putting him in there with Orange Cassidy, he gets international title, or throwing him in there with the hodgepodge of wrestlers that's chasing after MJF, and he don't win nothing.
We're not saying that. We're not saying toss him in like Hollywood said. Get these two feuds out the way that people want to see. You can stretch that out for 2-3 months. MJF is very popular, so it's not like
what is he going to do in the meantime while that's going on.
Fucking MJF, he just stand there.
No. I'm talking about
Swerve. Cheer him,
Jason. I'm talking about
now
Swerve.
Well,
that's what I'm talking about.
Busy with a couple of people. You can keep him busy. I mean, let's be honest.
But see, that's the thing, though, man.
They're gonna run the Adam Page back. You don't get that many clicks and views and all that and attention.
No,
and
they
not
gotta leave that one alone
back.
right now. They gotta leave that one alone.
I would too.
Jason,
but
I will
it's
say
wrestling.
this,
You know they're gonna run it back.
The international title is treated as like probably the second biggest title in the company. It's treated as the workhorse title. So if Swerve wins it, he defends it every week or whatever, and he just builds it up. And maybe eventually, a year from now, he becomes world champion.
That's what I'm saying.
Very WWE.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, y'all two are super.
The belt on MJF like Roman for the next 2 years.
Don't say I'm super.
And
maybe I'm super. Who I see is a star, because I will say right now that it will be a fucking disservice to these three people if they do not win a title next year. A singles title next year. Swerve, Hobbs, and Miro. When it comes to those three right there, hold on. When it comes to them three right there, right now, their in-ring work, their mic work, and their whole presentation,
their presence.
It like Hobbs, he did a fucking interview on what was it, Collision or Rampage, whatever. He said, "I'm big, I'm black, and I'm jacked. Anybody can get it.
Anybody can
come
on. Do you? I felt that.
Wait. Pause. Wait.
You can go any of the all elite white boys that you wanted the title, but it ain't that.
The little white girl, when he said that, he was like, "I'm big, I'm black, and I'm jacked." She said,
but once again,
she wants her back broke. That's why.
But once again, this is what I'm saying though. Like, that's the type of shit that we like. We like nigga shit. That's nigga shit that we like, and I get that. But my thing is that going to work with everybody? I get what you. And the thing is, I'm not saying I'm not saying it about Hobbs and them. Yes, Hobbs deserve, but what I'm saying is, in the meantime, Swerve just had this hellified match, finished this hellified feud, and that's why I always go back to after finishing a feud and somebody is flaming white hot. Where?
I got confused. Okay.
What?
No, it's a valid question.
It's a valid like where?
I'm sorry, I'm immature. Go ahead.
Where do you go with Swerve from this point forward? You can't just throw him. You just can't throw him in the world title picture because you can't just throw him in the world title picture because he's gonna get lost in the sauce and he's not beating MJF. He's not. And that if it's jumbled up like that, that's why I said let him go after the
rookie.
Let him go after the international title. Let him get the international title. Have a run with that. Let that other shit play out, and then sometime in the summer or maybe late fall, let's Swerve rock with that shit, man.
But look, I see both of y'all sides, and that's the thing. I'm not picking a side. I'm acknowledging what you're saying. Okay, after that, he needs something to do, and he can't go after the world title right now because he's just going to lose, which will make him look even worse. With Jason, I get what he's saying. Where, I mean, since he ain't here, I'll say it for him. Like him having the international, anything less than the world title right now to Swerve after this is kind of a disservice. And I get him being hot, so he needs something to do. So you give him a title. But if you had him beat a former world champion, somebody that's one of the faces of your company, in a feud like this, and then you turn around and give him the TNT title or the international title, that is kind of like you went from a main event feud to a mid-card title. Like, that's going backwards. So I get what Jason is saying on that because it's going backwards. Like, if you were going to do this, then this feud with Hangman should have came later on, and it should have came right now.
Is it going backwards though if he's winning a belt?
Yeah, especially if he gets that international belt and he pushes that shit. Like say what you want about Orange Cassidy. That motherfucker every week for 2 times a week was putting on good ass matches with the international. And you can build that up. Like I said, just don't for the sake of I love Swerve. Swerve is great. He won. He got a big push. He's hot right now. Put him in the world title picture, and then he loses to MJF.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We're not saying that. We're not saying that. We're already saying MJF has his feuds built up.
No, that's what Jason. No, that's what Jason is saying. Jason's like he don't even need to be in it. He needs to go be in the main event for the world title. And I'm like,
no, that's asinine because he can't when they already got feuds lined up. That's been
you got
lined
like
up.
4 feuds already lined up for that shit. So,
but I'm just saying it's got to be something else because I get the international title. I get what Orange Cassidy has done with it, but my thing, what I'm trying to say is that it's still a downgrade when you take somebody who's in a main event level feud and then you give them a lesser title. You know what I'm saying? And the international title, there's nothing wrong with international title. It is a workhorse title. I look at it as like the Intercontinental title, but it's like it's still a downgrade if this person and they're talking about him being a world champion in this feud. Like even the commentator, he's beating a former world champion. They're talking about it as if he's gonna be a world champion. So for them to go and say, okay, now here's the international title, no matter what he can do with the title, that's not saying he can't elevate the title. What I'm saying is you've built it up for him to step immediately into the main event picture, only to say, okay, take this mid-card title. And that's even if they give him the international title, because you know how they book Orange Cassidy.
I'll just say this.
I still think it's I'm sorry, go ahead, D-Lo.
If there's an opportunity to give him the world championship, it should be like within the next 3 to 4 months because they got Will Ospreay coming in, and that dude's going to win that belt like next year sometime. So they're going to strap the rocket on his ass.
Yeah, I just think that throwing him into the world title picture right now after this is going to hurt him more than anything, especially because we all know he's not beating MJF for the world title at the present moment. It's going to hurt him. So I would just put him. I would put him as the international champion and let him rock with that shit and own that fucking title. The same way goddamn RVD owned the ECW television title. Like, y'all remember that shit? People were more excited for the ECW match, television championship matches than the ECW world title. And you can do that. Even at some point, it was like that even with the Intercontinental title, when like Shawn Michaels had the Intercontinental title, or else when Brett had the shit or whatnot. I just think that it would do him
But the thing about those is they didn't build them into like a main event picture before they got those belts.
I tell you who they did do. I say who they did do that to. They did it to Austin when Bret Hart. You're out here with your pink panties, and he went through that whole shit. With you got to think about that.
Yeah.
He went through all that with Bret Hart. Kind of, so think about it. Don't think about it as a main. Think about it as that. Oh shit.
Yeah, I was think like, about cut that us all up.
Yeah, think about that as a match to. I know people don't want to hear it. Some people don't want to hear it, but to legitimize him as, you know what I'm saying, he's coming, or he's like, you know what I'm saying, he's up next. Kind of like how Austin never beat Bret Hart. he lost like almost every match to Bret Hart. And then after that feud was over, he ended up getting the Intercontinental title from. So that wasn't a downgrade for him. He was still smoking white hot. You know what I'm saying? With his stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like, give him something to do. That's meaningful. That's like at least win the international title and have the international belt, or put him in a what the hell he say? To have him in a match, to have him like that, because if you just say, all right, oh, he had this great feud with Hangman Page, cool, and you kind of just like, all right, we're gonna sit you to the side a little bit and wait for this other stuff, he could lose some of that momentum. And that's the one thing you don't want to do in wrestling, is lose momentum, especially when you got it going for you. That's all.
Also, another thing, at the end of the day, this is up to Tony Khan, because like he's got a shiny new toy. He plays with it for a little bit and then he puts it away on the shelf. So it's up to him and his booking to keep Swerve on the main stage, because he's done it before. Like, you think they're going to get momentum, and then they just disappear for a few weeks, and yeah.
Well, I mean, Swerve, he's been consistent on TV, so I don't see him disappearing. It's just the fact of capitalizing and doing something with this, because he is so fucking. This nigga said, "I can't be on it. Nobody can."
Hell with y'all, all y'all.
Yeah.
Whatever y'all said, I agree with.
We said Liv
Morgan
shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
San Antonio is your mama's favorite.
You need to pay the damn internet bill, goddamn it, Dad. Oh my god! All right, so I assume y'all finished talking about Swerve.
Yes,
Swerve Strickland. And
the question was, what are they going to do with him after? Should they put him in the main event, or
I'm sure y'all debated that,
like
but
mid-card title?
Y'all know where I stand. Yeah,
well,
put the rocket on him.
Hey,
see how he goes.
Right?
It's a disservice. That's all I'm saying.
Another question.
And he's not a spring chicken.
I
don't want to relitigate it. Go ahead.
Where does Jay White go now? What did they do with Jay White?
That's a great question.
They made MJF a one-legged man fighting 3 people, and then another one-legged man doing everything he could to screw over MJF while trying to help him.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be honest with you. With Will Ospreay there, bruv, I don't give a fuck about Switchblade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he's another tool in the toolbox, but I'm way more interested in what he got going on than whatever the fuck the guns and.
Though. He ain't coming to summertime though.
Yeah, he did.
I can't believe they got him.
He had to finish up.
What do you mean he can't believe it? Dilo, did you not see my text?
Yeah, I thought.
What you say? Tell people what you said.
Oh, my text.
Look, I thought WWE was going to get him because they seem to Like they got Jade, so they got all this momentum.
Look
I
at
for sure
Jade.
thought.
Jade is somebody who grew up wanting to be a WWE wrestler.
True.
And AEW was like, oh, you got a good build, come, we'll teach you how to be a wrestler. Taught her how to be have taught her how to be a wrestler. And WWE was like, oh shit, you look like a star, come with us. And she was like, okay. But a real wrestler who's grinded, been on the independents, and has good creative instincts and control. Man, WWE is the dream when you're growing up, but when you actually got a place that will put money into you and put you on TV and can make you a star and let you be yourself, man, fuck WWE.
Yeah, especially if they don't have a good creative for you. I mean, what was WWE going to do with Will Ospreay?
Not a damn thing.
I mean, they do have examples where they do
bring the Cruiserweight Championship back.
No, they did that with AJ Styles.
Put him in a feud with Ricochet. Put him in a feud with Ricochet
to beat poor pretty Ricky. Again.
I think he would have won the participation trophy belt that Seth Rollins has right now.
See, I don't agree with. I don't think it's no. Do you legitimately feel that way? That it's
I do. I think Seth bitched long enough about Roman Reigns' schedule that it just said here's a belt because we know our champion ain't going to be on the show for 3 months.
Wow.
That's basically what it is. Who's he been feuding with since he got the belt?
Everybody.
Who?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke Nakamura. That man has been washed for 4 or 5 years right now.
Wow.
Hey, Shinsuke was a different Shinsuke in that feud, man. He was pretty good in that feud.
He was really good. Best that Shinsuke has been in years.
Did you know
he's been fighting with the Goths? You know what I'm saying?
Kevin Nash saying that Seth Rollins is the modern day Macho Man. Like, come on, bro.
That's true. I mean, I get where he was going. Yes, they're not the same, but I mean, Roman is Hulk Hogan, and Seth is more the workhorse. I think that's more what he was more saying. Like, Roman is more glitz and glamour, more Hollywood.
I did make that comparison before.
You did, just because you wear the tights like Randy Savage don't make you Randy Savage.
Oh yeah,
but he's definitely the number 2 guy as far as people that they favor. I mean, they have a couple of favorites, but
is he though?
He's always in the mix. I mean, he was in the mix as much as Macho Man was. As great as Macho Man was, they put his ass on commentary. But he's the people's number 2.
When I watch a Seth Rollins match, though, it's like, yeah, the crowd gets into his entrance, but as soon as the bell rings, it's just crickets. Like, nobody really says anything.
It's not
regardless,
that's an exaggeration.
Regardless, Seth Rollins still puts on the better matches of anybody in the WWE.
Not denying his wrestling ability. I just think the man's overrated a little bit. But Will Ospreay definitely would have won that belt. They were going to pay him a shit ton of money. There ain't no way he's going to be feuding with Ricochet.
You don't know WWE.
Okay, Dragon Lee.
They want to put his ass on NXT for years.
What's the motherfucking Dragon Lee called? Exxon gas station.
Exxon Mobil.
I wonder who Dragon Lee wrestled. Exxon, whatever. Exxon.
Oh wow.
What's his name? Exxon.
None of us know. It doesn't matter.
Spray. I don't know.
Axe body spray.
Axe body spray. We actually Hollywood did mention this earlier, but I kind of popped for it. I didn't see the match or anything. I heard it was okay. I heard it was a botch ending, but timeless Tony Storm run against the transitional champion Shida. Am I saying her name right? I don't care.
Yeah, Hikaru Shida.
Interesting choice. I mean, to me, it made sense. Yeah, she's a transitional champ. Like, it just made sense. Tony Storm's character is really over. She looks amazing. It's very creative. She's a good wrestler. I was shocked that she'd have won the title in the first place.
No, AEW did something that WWE refused to do. She'd have carried the women's division the whole pandemic, just like Drew McIntyre carried the WWE Championship during the pandemic. And what AEW did was they said, "Here, Sheeta, we're gonna give you a moment to have in front of the fans," and they did it twice. So she won the belt and carried it for a little bit, while Drew is stuck in Judgment Day,
being gothic. Emo Drew.
But yeah,
fucking 48-year-old man in gothic in a skirt, but y'all like that, right? Y'all like that? Y'all into that shit, right?
No, we back on Timeless Tony Storm. That's what we back on.
Yeah, because, she looks amazing. I hate to do this because she's very talented.
Black and white or color.
I'm trying to eat it. Yeah,
When she hit that close up, that shit go to black and white.
Give me the vapors.
Yo, on Rampage, she jacked up the shorts and everything before she did the thing. I was like, what in
I saw all that.
Lord.
Big fan of her. Big fan.
You think she likes it up the butt?
Hell yeah. I'm not going there with you. No, you almost drove me in.
All the time.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this with you.
All the time.
Well, ask her.
Timeless.
Ask her husband, Juice Robinson.
Rock hard, Juice Robinson.
That's why his name is Rock Hard.
Greatest pull of the 21st century. I don't know how he pulled that one. It got to be about the size of.
Can you imagine Juice coming?
This. Tremendous pull. Because he's not a beautiful man. Like, can we be honest? Wow. So that was fun. I'm gonna briefly talk about this. We're gonna move on because I don't want Hollywood to go in a rage. But Orange, we discussed Orange Cassidy over John Moxley.
It's fine.
Even though John Moxley has beat everybody in the company,
John
twice.
He didn't need to win that match. That was more so for Orange's legacy. So I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But he got to lose that title to somebody that needs it. Soon.
The Rock. Is The Rock available? Maybe he'll lose it to him. I don't know. He'll be big enough to lose.
I mean, we'll see. I'm good with that if that happens. If it's somebody who, you know what I'm saying, they need to elevate, I'm good with that. But, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah. The only I kind of wanted to close with Will Ospreay because that was the big announcement that Tony Khan had, and they did a little press conference. What's up? Go ahead.
I just want to say,
oh shit, yeah, we got to close out.
I just want to say I'm enjoying the work that Brian Pillman Jr., aka Lexus King, is doing in NXT. The little bit that I've seen of it or whatever. It's the promo that he shot when he first got to NXT. I fucking love that. I fucking love that shit where he just talked about all the other wrestlers who were second generation, third generation wrestlers. And he just basically was like, yeah, I ain't taking my daddy name. He was dead. I won't hear for yo, he's gone fucking rogue. That motherfucker is crazy and shit.
That's
like
Christian shit.
Yeah, like he's like, yeah, he want my daddy. So I'm taking the name of the man who actually did raise me. It was taking his name. So he was like, yeah, I ain't Brian Pillman Jr. He's like, I'm Alexis King. And I really like the work that he's doing, especially since we never saw this in AEW, because they was trying so hard to make him kind of like his dad in the early years when he was flying Brian, and he was and he was teaming up with Z-Man and all that shit like that. They're letting him kind of be his own dude, and I really dig that. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. D-Lo, you made a face when I said that shit. Like, are you fucking serious or whatever?
I made several internal faces, but I was gonna let you rock.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
My phone. This has more charisma, nigga. But it remains to be seen. I'm gonna give it. I mean, he's young and he's relatively young in his career. So I'm willing to let it play out, but I haven't been impressed. But I mean, some people do like. I feel like it's either you like it or you don't fuck with it. So they're giving him a big platform. Let's see.
If he was black, you'd like him.
If he were black, he wouldn't be up there. He would be in AEW.
That makes
jobbing out.
Big,
like he was before.
Black, and I'm jacked.
We'll see.
Anybody can get
That's
it.
what I'm talking about. Anybody can get it. That's what I'm talking about. That's our promo. I like, but to each his own. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very thrilling hour of podcast television.
As the ladies' man would say, always do it in the bud.
I thought you were gonna go to the Who's House. That was gonna be our closeout. Not anal. Y'all have a nice week. Jesus, it's